Hi guys, and welcome to the Cantina, episode 1. What's up?
Hello, Pat.
So, let's start off with an opinion. Star Wars, redoing the sequels, what do you think?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it, 100%. I mean, there's a lot of characters in that trilogy that needed, spotlight. Finn was meant to be Force sensitive, I heard, from, recent reports.
Yeah, I mean, he's holding lightsabers and stuff and fighting Kylo Ren, which he did a pretty good job, to be fair. He did better, and he's literally just a stormtrooper. But yeah, no, totally. I think they should redo it.
Did you know when Snoke tells Kylo that there's an awakening? Can you feel it? Rey doesn't appear, and Finn almost Finn's
this is the trailer.
Fold. Yeah, this is the trailer, but also this is more or less he gets before he shoots how do I explain it? So Finn pretty much, doesn't shoot. He knows it's wrong. Yeah. I honestly think it's Force sensitive. And apparently he was meant to have a lightsaber and everything.
That's what he was going to tell Rey in episode 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He didn't tell her in the end.
Thing.
Yeah.
I find it annoying they didn't tell her. It's like such a fucking.
But then was he going to tell her that?
Ray, I love you.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I thought he was going to say that.
I thought it was going to be something like that. He's like, Ray, I love you. But then
Ray just turns around and just goes, I know.
Yeah.
Han Solo style.
She's like, I literally know I'm a Jedi.
No, yeah, they need to be redone.
Yeah,
they probably won't,
No.
but they do need to be redone because there were so many opportunities.
100%.
Even the Force Awakening, or Force Awakens, whatever it's called. It was actually a good film.
Yeah.
They had so much. They had Kylo Ren who was introduced, this big
cool
baddie.
lightsaber.
Yeah, and I wish they did a bit more with him.
I wish
I know they had the whole story of him and the whole arc and everything, but
he was the one consistent thing in them films.
Exactly, he was actually a decent. I didn't like him in The Last Jedi. He kind of just went off, and did his thing, and then he came back to being bad again.
Yeah, it was a bit. I guess
he was
noticed the struggle a bit more, but he did revert quite quickly again, didn't he?
Yeah, right when they fight all the guards at Snoke's place,
kills him. That's actually the best scene out of that film.
Oh, 100%.
On the topic of lightsabers, does anybody else think they've completely got rid of the magic of lightsabers?
Yeah.
With the fact that there's somehow now there's stormtroopers walking around with batons that could just deflect a lightsaber.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the best lightsaber fight in that trilogy is the one in Force Awakens between Rey and Kylo because it has so much.
But they're supposed to be these sort of insanely powerful weapons, but now they're slapping against stormtroopers and they don't even get damaged. It's you might as well just have a sword at this point.
And then because it's Disney and everything, they can't have actual people getting.
Yeah, they won't have people. Well,
but then they've done it in Disney Plus. They've done stuff like that. Look at the Mandalorian.
What's it called? The Beskar. I mean, they've only recently just said that Beskar can deflect and protect itself.
And that makes sense because that's
Yeah, but then it's this mythical thing that can do it. You can't just have some random laser sword that a stormtrooper's got. Because then what's that made out of?
That's made out of
Is that made out of lightsaber?
No,
This guy is
made out of
extremely hard to
lightsaber.
find, so it's easy to cop out that no one has Beskar because it's so difficult to find.
And
it's such a good reason to have it.
He can stand up against a Jedi because he's got Beskar, but then you can just have some random
stormtrooper
bod who's gonna slap somebody with a baton. It's gonna deflect a lightsaber.
He's a traitor and does the little spinny thing with his arm.
It even looks cool as well. You can't make it OP and cool.
Guys, question. Do you think George Lucas should have sold Star Wars to Disney?
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, to see why he did it.
If he did, I think he should have had part ownership of it, so he actually had an input of what happened.
He should have been like the Kevin Feige.
I mean, I like the Disney budget, but then at the same time, I feel like it could have gone a completely different direction if it didn't have to be Disney-ified.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been a lot darker. They could have done a whole thing about the aftermath of what the Empire caused.
Yeah.
Because when the Empire got eradicated, everyone was cheering and everything. But if we know anything from World War II, there had to be.
There was repercussions of it.
Yeah, everything had to be
It is a bit
rebuilt.
weird,
There's a whole planet that need to be rebuilt.
And,
it's a bit weird in a viewing standpoint. If you're just watching the films, you watch episode 6 and you're going to 7, you find out the Empire's been defeated, only they're back. It's so it's a bit lazy, ain't it? It's oh look, the Empire's wee.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Exactly. It's really.
I mean, I really wish we saw the lives of the people who are most affected. I mean, the Wookiees got enslaved. I mean, nearly at the start of the, Empire. I mean, we saw it in Solo with Wookiee being, chained up and thrown into that pit with Han.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it didn't just show like the consequences and the aftermath. It just look, there's another one. Look at that, it's another Empire.
I like the realism.
Hey, quick, look over there.
Look over there. It's another Empire.
It's just the First Order.
The First Order's here. Wow.
Oh, wow, it's nothing like, the, Empire. God, it's completely different.
It's just a bit lazy, ain't it?
It's just lazy writing.
It really, they've just redone the originals, and they've just made it.
It's almost they were just scared to do what George Lucas did with Episode 1 and the prequels.
Do their own thing.
Yeah.
What they were thinking, they tried to stick to a formula that worked.
Yeah.
But they've done it for nearly 9 films.
Yeah.
So the only originality we got was in the prequels.
Yeah, because that was its own story, and even then, they still had to lead up to Anakin becoming Darth Vader.
Exactly.
So they had an end point of where this had no end point.
No.
You could have done anything.
This
that
had
you
no
wanted.
roadmap whatsoever.
They could have done anything.
Said they're making the films, and that was that. They didn't plan it. Didn't plan plot points. They didn't plan anything.
Yeah.
By the point of Episode 8, I reckon they were thinking, what have we done with Rey? Literally,
honestly, I think they should have just kept it how Last Jedi kept it. I know it wasn't great, but it was better than what they did with Rise of Skywalker when they tried to retcon everything. It just didn't work. It felt false. It wasn't natural. It somewhat felt natural in Last Jedi. It wasn't great, but it felt natural build-up.
J.J. Abrams actually did The Last Jedi.
And
like different producers.
It was just Ryan Johnson because he weren't given a roadmap where to go with it. He was told to do a Star Wars film. He did a Star Wars film. Fair enough.
He did literally. J.J. Abrams gave him notes on what
He gave him notes. He gave him a notes. He didn't give him a clear direction for where it should lead to the next.
Because when J.J. Abrams, he obviously had a plan.
Yeah.
He wouldn't just make a stormtrooper be
force
sensitive and rebel, and they wouldn't have Rey.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren. He obviously had a plan for what was going on, but then he just had to fix what The Last Jedi did.
Supposedly, J.J. Abrams' vision for The Last Jedi was that Kylo would find Actu, and he would bring his Knights of Ren, and so it would be a massive battle between Kylo.
What is that? The Knights of Ren?
Oh, there was such the biggest
they appear in the first one. They're not even in the second one, and then the third one, they die.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so disappointing, ain't it?
Yeah,
you hype them up for 3 films, they just die.
Die.
It's like Boba Fett.
Yeah, literally.
No, honestly, imagine how cool it would be if they had their own little clone platoons of not clone, of stormtroopers. Of as in the clones, all the different the 501st. They all had different paintings on them, and they each represent a different Knight of Ren. And they were obviously they had tasks. They were like, "Oh, go do this."
Yeah.
Imagine Kylo Ren being like,
"Go literally follow him.
Get me some milk from the corner shop.
Get me some green milk."
No. If Kylo Ren, because he's obviously the leader of them, is like, right, go hunt the girl. And we had this whole sequence of the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
Going after Rey.
Going after Luke as well, because they supposedly found in the original plans they were going to find them two on Actu and have a massive battle. I would have preferred if Kylo Ren killed Luke on Actu instead of him.
That would have been pretty good.
That would have been so cool.
Good development. He killed his father, then Luke.
That's just. As an audience member, you'd think Kylo Ren's gone now. He's gone. He's more. He was
never meant to be
Anakin.
good, was he?
No.
In that when the concept of it got released. It's he was never meant to be good.
And even the concept for Episode 9, why did they not go with Trevorrow's idea? You saw a X-Wing fighter get in a Star Wars guillotine. Now how cool is that?
Disney like to play it safe. If it's too over the top, they play it safe.
And then it's too over the top, yet they have a whole planet full of Sith.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and they made a Death Star.
Get rid of the rule of 2 that the whole Sith is built around.
And they literally make a planet that's capable of killing 5 planets at once. Is that playing it safe?
It's a Star Destroyer.
It's a Star Destroyer, yeah.
Wow.
Why could they have done something something a bit more out there? Do something brave. You have to be sort of brave with this Star Wars kind of thing. Because the Mandalorian was brave. That could have easily flopped.
They also had people who understood Star Wars making them.
Exactly. It's
Fortunately, the films did not have people under. They only had J.J. Abrams, and he did one very good film and tried to fix a film when he should have just carried on.
This is where Marvel is so good because you've got a guy in the hierarchy who loves and understands every character.
Yeah.
John Favreau and Dave Filoni know Star Wars.
They know Star Wars, but they won't give the opportunity to do that.
And it's just Kathleen Kennedy with the sequels. She's just more or less a businesswoman.
For Rise of Skywalker, they had a lightsaber fight between Kylo, Rey, and Palpatine, but she cut it out. Apparently, Rey and Adam
like in the Clone Wars TV show, we see Palpatine having dual-wield lightsabers, like dual-wield red lightsabers, and he goes up against Darth Maul and Thingy, doesn't he?
Yeah. We have 4 seconds. Let's move on to the next one, guys.
All right. Oh. Wow, okay then. What's next?
Alright, let's move on. Zack Snyder's Justice League review.
Oh, man.
My god. This film was, in my opinion...
I feel like Taylor should open. Go on, Taylor.
Go on, Taylor. This film, in my opinion...
I mean, it's better than the other one.
Yeah.
I still feel like it's kind of all over the place.
It's leagues beyond Ben.
Oh yeah, no, it's better. It's certainly better. 4 hours long of better.
Yeah.
But you know, I feel like where he sort of did this as almost like a solo project, he's sort of like tried to fit in everything, and in doing that, he's almost fit in nothing at the same time.
Yeah.
So he's tried to do. I mean, you know, the new stuff with Cyborg. I think best bit of the film. I would even go so far as to say Cyborg might even be the best character in this film.
I agree.
It's not hard to deny. He's probably the best character in the film.
You know.
I mean, how could Joss Whedon, right, the director of Avengers, he's made like $1 billion. He's made money for big studios. Say no to probably some of the most beautiful scenes, in which he cut out. I mean, look at the Flash scene. Look at his background.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing.
I mean, look at that.
That's the first scene they cut out.
That slow-mo scene.
You know
where
the
he
scene
says,
when Flash moves all the debris from the civilians?
Yeah.
That's the first scene they cut because it was already finished when Snack left. They finished all the CG. But
yeah, that's another thing I didn't understand. It was like, oh yeah, in the original one, they're like, oh, there's people living in rare places, but they literally explained that it's from a nuclear accident. Nobody lives there.
Tried to do an Avengers and put stakes in the fight, which was unnecessary because the fight already had stakes.
Yeah.
So is this like
destroying the world?
Is this like really unnecessary weight?
Yeah.
It's pointless.
Steppenwolf was, he was probably one of my favourite villains in that film. I mean, he had, motive. He had, a reason for being on Earth.
He had character development.
Yeah, he had character development. This is what the Justice Cut was missing. Just genuine character development of every character, giving them space. I mean,
the 3 important characters did not have any development. That was Aquaman, Flash, and Cyborg because they were the newbies. We didn't get none of them. They should have had development.
Exactly.
They didn't get it.
Like, these characters, right, have had decades of comics, story. You don't, do a quick, over with them and not give them character building. I mean, you just can't do it.
I still feel like that should be done maybe throughout like solo films though.
Yeah.
I want to say.
It was unfortunate because it was WB.
This film does feel a little bit of a Cyborg origin.
Yeah,
like, right
it does.
At the end, you see him
Snyder
accept being Cyborg.
Is like the heart of the film, so that's probably why he's the heart.
I never really liked Cyborg as a character, but I liked him in this film.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I mean, Ray Fisher, what a performance. I mean, he really gave the emotions of, what if this guy came back to life as more or less like a Frankenstein's kind of monster?
Exactly, like he is. He's his dad.
Literally.
He literally says that he's a monster. He's like, oh yeah,
and
you know how to build
as soon as he
monsters.
comes to terms with like the fact that like his dad might be okay as a person, then
he does. Which is a really good. It's a really good scene. But it's an excellent scene because I don't know why they kept him alive in the original. They could have had that scene.
No, exactly.
Changed nothing.
Yeah.
At all. It's like such a pointless cut. There's so many like. Oh, the cuts annoy me because they're so pointless.
I want to go back and watch the original one now. The one that they released because I want to see the differences.
I think you can get like IGN. I think they do like a. They do a YouTube. There's a YouTube.
It's quite staggering.
Bloody long though, isn't it? 3 hours and 50 minutes or something.
It is literally 4 hours. 4 hours and 2 minutes.
Do you know what? I know exactly why it's so long though.
Yeah.
Because every single Wonder Woman scene plays back at like half of the speed of a normal film.
Oh yeah, because it just goes in slow motion.
Every single time she does anything,
that did annoy me.
It slows down and her theme song plays.
Yeah. Like,
It's like, let's see how many times we could slow down Gal Gadot to the point where like you just got
honestly, I didn't actually like her slowing. The only slowing down that made sense was for the Flash.
Yes, exactly.
Everyone else it doesn't.
No,
I don't get it.
Or like the really like good shots, when they break into the thing and they're all on the Batmobile and all flying. That's a good shot. Slow that down.
Out of my seat when that happened. I mean, when they're all together, and also just one more thing. Superman. Superman was done.
Superman in the black
justice.
suit.
His entrance was so much more better than the one in the original.
Oh,
He just said,
100%.
I'm a big fan of justice.
I'm
Like,
a
you're not
big
going to
fan.
arrest Steppenwolf, are you? You're not going to kill him.
Exactly.
Don't talk about justice. They're murdering him.
Yeah, what's justice got to do with an alien
Exactly.
trying to
You
like
can't just go,
destroy the
"You're
Earth?
going to Arkham.
Oh yeah, you're going to Blackgate.
I liked his black suit.
Oh,
It actually
it's
made sense that he actually
yeah.
had a black suit because he
Exactly.
gets power from the sun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I also like the Man of Steel.
Oh.
Back to the Man of Steel original soundtrack when he first,
French
when
kiss.
all like his dad and that talk to him. They're like, it's time to fly.
it's such a good saying.
Does the
Chills, actual chills, and especially when he arrived at the Russian nuclear plant, and he literally jumps in front of Steppenwolf. I'll use this for a freeze breath, but then his first flight music comes on. Oh, just
You do not know how good it
beautiful.
sounds when you get it on Spotify. And this
I've been listening to it ever since.
it is so good.
I haven't got that on my
It's like the emotion. I don't know what it is. It's like
It's
the
because we
emotion
had
about
like
it.
since investment since 2013. It's come full circle for Superman, so it's like a high point.
Yeah.
He's a good Superman. I like.
Oh,
him.
he's great, Superman.
He beat the shit out of Steppenwolf. You know, I knew he was gonna fight him at some point, but Jesus.
He
just cut his little horn thing off.
Yeah, he cuts his
so much
horns
more
off. He's just
violent.
sitting on top of him, punching him over and over again. It's like, oh my god, dude, he's
Jesus,
dead.
this
Calm
guy's
down.
a savage.
And then he like punches him back to Darkseid, doesn't he?
Oh.
Oh, the Spitman starts.
Aquaman getting the finishing blow.
Oh
This
my
is spoilers, by the way.
What
We
about
don't know
that? What about that last? What about that final scene after the near the credits though?
Wait,
What the nightmare?
Yeah, the nightmare
Oh
one. Why
my
is that not made?
exactly. Why is that?
I like how this is a
little.
little bit just before the nightmare is when they find Lex Luthor's escaped and he
Yeah.
meets Deathstroke. That actually made sense because
yeah.
in the original one, I'm pretty sure that's not in it.
It is.
It is
Basically-
right at the end, yeah.
Basically, what it is, it's a tease for the Legion of Doom, which
Legion
was
of
felt
Doom.
Yeah,
so
because
pointless.
I remember it, and it was they were standing on the front of the boat looking over the city, and then like Deathstroke walks
So basically, instead
The solo Batman
which
film.
we won't get it, but it's a good thing they
I
kept it
think
in there.
I think we should get it because I mean Ben Affleck has such potential to be an
won't,
amazing Batman.
I want that nightmare universe
Yeah,
in a
same.
cinematic form.
Oh, I mean, how
in.
awesome would that be?
Wasn't that the same one? Isn't that Nightmare Universe? You know when Cyborg when he goes
Yeah.
into one of the boxes?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
the start
yeah.
of it.
And he sees Superman with the cow and everything. Oh well done.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
like,
there's
it's
a
like,
coffee cup. Why is there a coffee cup right next to me? I don't drink coffee.
I don't
What do you
know.
mean? Sorry, Taylor. It's fine.
But yeah,
let it go.
the Nightmare place. That's like the same realm that this when Superman flies down
Yeah.
holding Batman's cow.
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
That's the
yeah,
same
I think
thing,
it was the
yeah.
same after you just killed Batman and
I mean, Joker's costume was brilliant.
When I first saw it, I thought he was wearing a suicide bomb,
Yeah.
like a vest one.
That'd be cool. I mean, not cool, but
I mean, it would
that'd be
make sense.
crazy,
That does happen
I
in the
feel like I
comics. He
like
straps
him
C4 to
as that
himself.
Joker a bit more though, because the Suicide Squad Joker is abhorrent. I
You know what, Taylor? The problem, I can see your problem, and the problem is Warner Brothers. Pretty much, they
Why
are.
does he drive a Lamborghini? What?
I mean, he's got
He's a
class.
pimp.
He's a pimp. I'm joking, but
God,
I mean,
he wrote damage on his forehead.
50%. 50% of
Ooh.
Joker's footage from the Suicide Squad got cut from the original, theatrical release, which is you can't do.
I feel like if they did that, it would actually explain a bit more of why.
Yeah.
Like, I know Joker was in the Justice League, but in Suicide Squad, if it was more in that, I feel like there would be a bit more Batman and Joker development in it.
Yeah, I
That's
agree.
why they had the nightmare scene. They basically wanted to do it because Snack knew that Joker and Batman, like their Joker and Batman, hadn't had a chat at all.
Exactly.
No,
That's why they
exactly.
put them in there so they could have a conversation. So at least we could get that because
Oh, and the what Robin is it?
I
said Jason Todd.
Zach said it was Dick Grayson.
it's one of them.
It's one of them, but I think there's this rumor that Joker could be
If
Jason
it's
Todd.
comics accurate, it's Jason
That does-
Todd. If he wants to do his own thing, it'd be Dick Grayson because Batman has a more emotion
Yeah.
to him.
I mean, that is like the killer. I mean, killing your first son. I mean, that's probably the worst thing that can ever happen to
Yeah.
someone.
Exactly.
So if you're going down that route, it'd be Dick Grayson. But
That'd
if
be
it's
even
in comic
darker
accurate,
than
it'd be
anything
Jason
else.
Todd.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot darker if it was Dick Grayson though.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, just his lines. I mean, I don't know how long it took to write that scene, but I mean, Joker was done justice in that one scene.
Yeah.
I genuinely think.
That one scene.
I mean,
When he
the
blows
film-
his fingers and the card
the
appears.
card.
like that
Did you know that card appeared in the first ever appearance of Batman and Joker?
Actually?
Yeah, literally. I mean, she looked. I think it was the 1930s. I'm pretty sure. Pretty much the first ever appearance of Joker. He was holding a card that was exactly the same, which I think was a lovely throwback.
No, that is pretty cool.
But yeah, I mean, the way Joker said, "How you let a boy wonder die for doing a man's job." I mean, that is just probably the best line in the entire film. We have 6 seconds, 5. 4.
We're on a very tight schedule here.
Move on to the WandaVision series review, guys.
Yeah. How?
So, WandaVision.
Harry, you start this time.
You start, Harry. Go on,
Harry.
then. Go on,
I
son.
was actually very surprised by how much I loved WandaVision. I was sceptical because I like the idea of the sitcom route, but at the start, I loved it more at the start because I like the mystery. I love the mystery of it. That's why
at the start, it felt a lot more like horror.
Yeah.
Not horror, but like thriller.
Yeah, unnatural. It didn't feel, even though it was comedy, it didn't feel natural comedy. It just felt like really...
I felt like it was staged.
At points, it was really uneasy.
Yeah.
Like when we found out that it was Sword.
Yeah.
I like how you're saying sword. Spoilers for something that's been out for a month.
I know.
Or something that's been out for 4 days.
Go check it out.
There's a disclaimer at the start. It's fine.
There's a quick disclaimer.
What was I saying? Yeah, at the start when the first episode or one of the second episodes where it cuts away and it's just someone writing notes.
First episode.
Yeah.
Like that, just was like, oh, that's a bit weird.
It's just like unnatural, ain't it?
Yeah, it's like the Truman Show.
Yeah, it's really like.
But then when we find out that it's just Sword, just
doing their
making
thing.
notes, trying to find out what's going on, it kind of gets rid of it.
It gets rid of it after you watch it for the first time. I think the first time is still going to be the best viewing for it because you won't know what the hell's going on. And it's got a natural...
Disappointed Doctor Strange didn't come
Yeah,
up.
I mean, there was a lot of...
He must be doing something else.
Yeah, he must be very busy. But I mean...
He's a very busy man.
He's a very busy man. But I mean, there's a lot of... I thought there was a lot of expectations coming out of this show.
It's not their fault, it was our fault. We put too much like theories and like...
It was still really good though. It's not like it was bad.
People were disappointed by their own theories, which is just really stupid.
I mean, that was...
Like, Marvel didn't say they're going to do any of this. It was... you. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, there was like...
It's your fault.
Yeah, I mean, that makes you Reed Richards.
You ruined it.
Beast, Hank McCoy is going to be the aerospace engineer, which you didn't even meet in the end.
I mean, it does make sense. What's the Vision's actor?
Paul Bettany.
Yeah, like when he was like, oh yeah, someone I haven't worked with. Well, technically, he hasn't worked with himself.
No. Exactly, yeah, White Vision. Well, that essentially confirms that Vision's still alive, in a way.
Oh yeah, Vision's back.
Vision's back.
If he's put all the memories into that Vision, then
he's
alive.
That Vision left, he was a bit overwhelmed by what happened.
In the comics, White Vision is sort of like an emotionless version of Vision.
Yeah.
So even if he's got his memories, he might not have his...
It might be like a slow process.
Did Vision have emotions in the first place?
No, exactly.
It might be like...
Yeah, well, we got him after a bit.
I think it's going to be like one of the things that's going to slowly build back to your Vision.
I feel like this could be a return of Ultron. Like.
Yeah, I agree.
This would be a very cool return
that
for
would be
Ultron.
so cool. I honestly thought in the Google casting thing, it had the voice of Ultron. It did.
I'm pretty sure because they mixed his voice and Vision's voice together. Because if you listen to it, it actually sounds like Ultron.
Yeah, I mean, how daunting would it be of Vision walking up to, Scarlet Witch and just hearing Vision's voice?
There are strings on me.
Seriously, how scared would you be if he said that?
I heard.
I mean, that would be ridiculous. I mean, I would be like, oh my god, he's back. I mean, can they do that? I mean, that'd be awesome if Vision.
They can do it.
In the comics, Ultron is like the big bad. Like he's like almost Thanos level.
Yeah,
like
Ultron's
villain. So like,
I feel like he wasn't really that bad in the...
I mean, he did try and destroy the world by launching
I don't mean bad as in
into the air, and then...
I don't mean bad as in like, oh, he does naughty things. I mean bad as in like, he doesn't seem like that much of a threat. Like they sort of...
Oh, well, he is a threat because...
to deal with him fairly easily.
As long as one part of him exists...
Which it kind of does because Vision exists.
One piece of data of him exists.
Yeah.
He can build himself again.
Yeah, which isn't Vision like 50% Ultron, so...
I mean, one thing about Avengers Age of Ultron, right? So Ultron, right, throughout like, 3 or 4 days, had literally the internet, literally the, technology
What
as
did he
fingertips. And he didn't even use it. I mean, he had, he could have had,
They tried to make him too much like Tony Stark. Which
Yeah.
They should have left. It's like so
Could have
unnecessary.
loaded up a bit
You've
of
already got
Wikipedia.
Tony Stark. You don't need that.
I mean, he had so much
Look up
power
what
for, like-
vibranium is.
Yeah, I mean,
Get learned.
he had so much power for like 4 days. He didn't even use it. I mean, he had his like escape route that he got shut down obviously by Vision because he fried him from the net. But I mean, he had the net at his fingertips. He could have done anything throughout those few days.
Launched nuclear arms.
Exactly.
Literally done anything.
Going back to what Cyborg,
anything.
like he was literally Cyborg. Like Cyborg has all the keys.
Yeah.
He can do whatever he wants. Technically, Ultron can do that as well.
Collapse an entire economy, even. I mean,
and he chooses to launch a city into the air.
And with a stupid thing saying
do you know what?
it needs
Making
to
money
touch
worth nothing would probably do more. Like that Rick and Morty episode where he changes the value of money from 1 of itself to 0.
Yeah.
I love it.
Watch the whole economy collapse.
Yeah.
And what about the costumes as well in WandaVision? Oh my god!
When they got their original costumes from
that was easily my favourite. Easily my favourite episode. I mean, with the Quicksilver classic, silver lightning strike across his, chest.
His slick back hair in the middle and the 2 spikes.
But I mean, you've got the classic, Vision. You've got the classic,
oh my god!
Wanda.
Just getting Evan Peterson to get in Quicksilver, and it turns out to be a penis joke.
To be a
oh my god,
that was ridiculous. I mean, they could have easily introduced
I guess
the
you
X-Men.
could say
to him.
it's ridiculous.
Oh my god.
That was a dad joke. I'm not gonna
Well
lie.
done. Well done.
Okay.
But I mean, I hope this is not the end of Evan Peters. I hope he's not deterred from not playing Quicksilver
I think
again.
he will. People were saying like he still had the powers after Agatha took.
Well,
That
could be it. He might not be
Yeah.
he might not be her actual brother, but then it could be sort of like the remnants of the powers that he have.
Yeah.
Because none of the other people had powers, did
No.
they? Even though she brought him back and he was a regular person. Wait,
if you think about it,
nobody else had powers.
No,
that was
but
just him.
What about Monica though? Well, Monica went
Monica
through
is a different thing though, because she went through the thing like 3 times.
3 times.
It altered DNA, but Evan
altering her
Peters
DNA, becoming.
She
pretty
becomes Proton.
Yeah,
doesn't
but then if
Proton.
if
Yeah, Proton.
something like that.
if Wanda willed it into existence and that she gave him the power, is she
Yeah.
able to do that?
Yeah,
She is that
she's able to
powerful.
do anything.
Yeah.
Well, she can just.
She can literally
Remember when
create
everyone was
life.
saying it's going to be Loki?
Yeah.
Just because all the Loki fans were like, "Oh my god, it's Loki!"
Yeah, but why would it be Loki?
Yeah, exactly.
That makes no sense.
There's a
This is
Loki TV show coming out
Yeah.
explaining what he's doing.
Yeah.
So
I think
like,
that's going to lead into Ant-Man actually, because I think the TVA going to have something to do with Kang the Conqueror.
To be honest, that's quite interesting, really, because if you think about it, Monica's DNA, her entire genome code, changed through radiation. Mutants are made through radiation, so she could be the first mutant.
it is literally going to be the X-Men.
It is an interesting concept that introduced
Wolverine.
the X-Men.
Exactly.
He's coming back.
It is interesting they weren't born with it; they were sort of made into it. I think that's more interesting because it's like they
Almost
experiment on
unlock
people.
something. Dude,
I mean, the Hulk wasn't born with it.
no.
No,
I mean, I don't know. Is he still
original
canonically?
Hulk
Is it
film.
the original Hulk film? Is that him? Because that's
Yeah.
not. Oh,
Pretty much.
could they bring that into when they do their whole multiverse thing? Do you reckon they'll do that?
Yeah,
Have the
100%.
alternate Hulk?
Could do.
It'd be cool if they did. The big muscly.
I feel like that's when like the Red Hulk and stuff all that will
Yeah.
come into it.
Like,
yeah, World War Hulk.
Oh my God, I
World
love that
War
comic.
Hulk. That should be a
I've got
thing.
the graphic novel.
I was waiting
Planets and
for.
stuff.
I'm kind of glad they did Professor Hulk, but it's
Yeah,
not like
no,
exactly
where-
the same because he does. I swear he doesn't have an arm.
No.
Like Professor Hulk only has one arm.
Yeah.
Am
Well, I guess
I
they-
seeing something wrong
Well, if you
here?
think about it, they can actually do that now because they used to snap because they actually just
Yeah,
make his arm
that's why I
dead.
thought, oh, he's going to do the snap,
Yeah.
lose his arm, become Professor Hulk.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. That's a clever way to do. It's like, oh, he's got both his arms. You can't really do. Oh yeah, yes, they can do the snap.
Yeah.
Like, can he kill Thanos?
I mean, if you think about it, going on the mutant thing, before the 2 Infinity Snaps that created a massive energy surge of radiation, we had the Eternals. We had Celestials, these beings who are of immense power, come down and experiment on humans. I mean, there could have been mutants decades, years before,
Yeah.
the 2 snaps. So,
I mean, I know he's not a big character, but like Hawkeye, he
Yeah.
could be a mutant when you think about it because he just has insane aim. He never misses.
Yeah.
That's got to have something to do. He can't just be a good
can't just
archer.
be
Yeah, but like,
good.
imagine Hawkeye rocks up to one of like these huge battles, and he gets there and he's like, I've left my bow at home, so now I'm just kind of a guy.
Yeah, I mean, these like pencils, like like Bullseye from the Daredevil film.
I feel like if he picked up a gun, he'd be able to.
Oh yeah,
He'd be able to use a gun,
100%.
yeah.
He's got insane aim.
Yeah.
I mean, but
Become
that's
Deadshot.
Bullseye, isn't it? Wait, is that DC? Oh god.
No, that's Marvel. That's Daredevil. Is Daredevil a mutant? If you think about it. Maybe. I mean,
he's got like ultra refined senses, doesn't he? So I guess so.
I mean, you could say Spider-Man's a mutant.
Spider-Man is a mutant. He was made by radiation.
Exactly. We're going to go on to the Falcon and Winter Soldier series review. Episode 1.
Episode 1. Beautifully shot.
The opening was so amazingly shot.
Can I introduce this?
Have you not seen it yet?
No.
Taylor. This has to be spoiler free. The
Snyder Cut went on for 4 hours.
40 minutes.
I can't do spoiler free. Oh my god. We told you to watch it, man.
We'll watch it now. We'll watch it on stream.
Just don't explain. Don't do the ending part. You know where Bucky goes.
So
just everything else isn't.
This is the
I've seen the images of the new Captain America thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what the context is for it, but I know
that isn't what I was going to say. I was going to say when he goes to the old guy's house. Don't say about that.
No, okay. So this is the overview of Falcon and Winter Soldier. So
minor spoilers.
The world is without. God's sake. The world is out Captain America.
He's on the moon.
He's on the moon, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a minor spoiler. Pretty much, we have Sam and Bucky separate until they come together. You see in the trailer. I mean, you've got Sam, trying to be a family man, and Hawkeye trying to, redeem himself after, all the bad things he's done for 9 decades.
Hawkeye?
Sorry, no, I mean, Bucky, sorry.
I didn't know Hawkeye was
back. Obviously, have you seen the? Oh no, we can't do the ending. Oh no. God, this is gonna be really hard.
Well, you've seen the new America.
You've seen the
new Captain America.
Captain America, right?
Yes, I've seen that.
John Walker.
He looks like a potato.
He looks like
He looks like a child.
Sorry guys, Carl from Up. It looks like Carl from Up.
Oh my god.
Do you know what he looks like? Have you ever seen the Disneyland trailers of like the Marvel, the Marvel characters? He looks like one of like the Disney cast members, and they've just gone, wait a minute, why are we hiring someone new to be Captain America? We've got people who pretend to be Captain America to kids all day.
Yeah. There's a theory. I heard a theory that the power broker will make his appearance, which is this guy who's a businessman. He pretty much replicates powers, and apparently he's going to make an appearance as but he's going to make an appearance giving John Walker the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
Making him Captain America. So in the comics, John Walker is essentially the copy of Captain America. He becomes like this super patriot. I
was hoping Brody was. I thought it was going to be like the new Captain America, and then Brody walks out in War Machine with the shield. That would have been so cool.
Says he's Iron Patriot.
Exactly.
He's War Machine, but I prefer Iron Patriot.
Didn't Iron Patriot just become bad though?
No,
No, his armor got taken over.
His armor got taken by Aldrich Killian and his goons. I want to see Aldrich. Oh no, he's dead. Crap. So Justin Hammer. I want to see Justin Hammer again, possibly in Falcon and Winter Soldier series or Armor Wars with Rhodey.
It makes sense he'd be in Armor Wars because he might have a grudge.
I mean, he's such a great actor. I forgot his name, but he's been.
But just going back to actually the Winter Soldier here, it's just like the therapy session when it's like the extreme close up of like his eyes and stuff.
It's such a brilliant shot.
I keep hearing about how well shot this episode is.
It's really well shot.
So do you think this is better shot than WandaVision?
Oh, yeah.
1,000%.
WandaVision was shot like a sitcom. This is shot like a Marvel. This is like a movie.
It was shot like a nice sitcom.
It was a nice sitcom.
It was a pretty good looking sitcom.
It was shot like a Marvel.
This is more like, I'm getting lots of vibes. I'm getting lots of vibes of, Captain America, Winter Soldier, lots of Civil War, kind of, cinematography, which is probably my favourite.
I'm getting Winter Soldier vibes from the pacing.
The pacing is great in this film.
It's not too fast.
I know it's about the blip and everyone got it their own way, but like, how did a terrorist get like multi-million-dollar attack helicopters?
Yeah.
How did they get that?
I took advantage of the situation.
Tony Stark used to sell them.
Yeah, exactly.
To terrorists.
Yeah, literally.
And then he'd go and blow them up himself.
I mean, what's his name? The Andy Serkis character. He used to sell to him. Claw. I mean, he used to sell to him.
That's what I said when I was watching it with my brother. Like, my brother already watched it, and then I watched it with him. He was like, it is so pointless, right? Jumping out the plane with the wingsuits.
Yeah.
When you're fighting someone who can fly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's probably meant to replicate Sam, or his Falcon wings. I mean, it's a quick, in your situation, you're jumping out of helicopters and that. But I mean, how are you meant to outrun Falcon?
Yeah,
with his jet propelled wings.
Like, you literally saw it in the plane. He was getting his ass beat.
Yeah, literally.
Like, because it's a close quarters thing. They jump out the plane and now he can fly.
Yeah.
And that's it. They basically lost from that.
It was an exciting start.
That entire, like, honestly, my only fear for the show at the start was it's going to be slow. It's just going to be story based. But this was straight.
I did find myself. I didn't like how it's 45 minutes long.
Really?
It should have been an hour.
It should be an hour.
I'd have preferred WandaVision like 25-30 minutes.
Really?
I found myself on my phone just scrolling through like Instagram or something whilst watching it.
They are doing the
like
Winter Soldier slow pace.
I was intrigued in the Winter Soldier bit. It's just the bit where like it was just like Sam and his sister just like talking on a harbour. I was just like, I don't really care.
I mean,
I probably will when it gets more. Yeah, but like.
But we want action. We want explosions. We want, AK-47s.
I like that they're doing the slow pacedness because it worked for Civil War and Winter Soldier, but I get why some people might not be fond of that.
100%. I mean, like, if an
especially
average,
when it's 6 episodes.
If an average audience member came,
do we have another topic after this, or is it just this?
This is the final one.
Fair enough.
So this is pretty much. I like the pacing, I love the story, I love the characters. I'm excited for Zemo to come back. I mean, that's going to be really interesting with him and Bucky. The conversations
just sitting there, just listening.
I mean, you've got
Sharon Carter.
No idea what this means.
You've got Sharon Carter, Agent 13, that's going to be good. But it's going to be interesting to see, the different ideals and the different themes in this. Because, I mean, we've essentially got, this type, possibly racism in this show. I mean, you've got,
What?
Yeah.
Or, this, kind of thing where, the senator says, well done for giving it up, Sam. Then gives it to, John Walker, who,
Marvel has racism.
I mean, it's getting a lot of themes out there, contemporary themes and stuff like that, which is really good.
If these TV shows are introducing new characters, which we know from WandaVision,
yeah,
and he's already referenced it, like Bucky, he was like, the new Black Panther being announced at the end of this TV show.
Yeah, I agree. I want Shuri to be Black Panther.
I can imagine, like, Shuri turns up in the Black Panther suit.
I mean, Shuri has been Iron Man. Well, Iron Shuri.
Really?
Actually?
Iron Woman.
Yeah.
I thought it was Riri Williams.
She was Ironheart once, wasn't she?
I think
she's been Ironheart.
I feel like either Shuri will continue being the scientist for Black Panther, and
like sort of like an Alfred type character.
The Black, either him, or
Killmonger.
No, he's dead.
He's dead.
No, he could come back to life.
Black. Black Panther's like thing. His little girl. Not his. Like,
what?
The one who had a thing for.
Her.
I can't remember what her name is.
I can see her being Black Panther.
I feel like she could do it out of like respect or something for him. I feel like that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, I would like to see, possibly, because Killmonger's been thrown in the sea. Guess he lives in the sea, ladies and gentlemen. You've got Namor and Atlantis. I mean, Namor being more or less the anti-hero he is, he could bring back Killmonger as sort of like, extra soldier, or an extra, because Killmonger was a soldier. I mean, he was.
I liked Killmonger's, like, complete circle, though.
Yeah,
it was such
a good
He started off, he built up, went all the way around, and then died. Where he wanted to be.
Yeah. It was such good development on his part.
But back to Winter Soldier. Yeah, Taylor, go home, watch it. It's very good.
I find it so annoying. We told you we're going to do it.
Episode 2 of Cantina.
Episode of Cantina, we'll fully talk about.
We'll jump into it.
It'll probably be the next episode. Will be just tomorrow. The next episode.
We can talk about a few casting. We can talk about a few casting stuff. We've got Pierce Brosnan, ex James Bond, playing Dr. Fate.
Hell yeah.
Yes, please.
I got Helen Mirren playing a villain in Shazam 2.
Oh yeah, Helen Mirren playing in Shazam 2.
What was going on about The Rock? I saw something on like a Marvel
Apparently
account.
he leaked the first page of Black Adam.
Yeah. No, he deleted the front cover actually.
How do you... I don't understand all these leaks and stuff like that. How do you accidentally post a script?
I don't know. Who takes a picture of their script?
I'm so excited for this Black Adam film. I've been waiting for years. I love the character. I love his,
I feel like some leaks actually make sense.
Some leaks,
like Tom Holland when he opened up.
But that was on purpose. That was a joke. He's like, he always spoils, so I thought he'd make him spoil.
No. At the very start, first Spider-Man film live, he was like strictly confidential, and then he ended the live. Like that makes sense. That was accidental. But like how people would like take a picture of their script and post it.
Yeah, it makes no sense, does it?
It's like, whoops, I've accidentally dropped my phone and taken a picture.
And it posted it with
Twitter and
with a
posted
caption
it on Twitter.
Instagram.
With a caption
that
like,
says,
whoopsie.
Here's the script. Spoilers
There's
alert.
no people who take pictures of the script. It's like, yeah, keep this secret. All right.
Oh yeah, you just take a quick picture and send it on like bloody Instagram.
I don't get it.
Well, thank you.
Well, thank
so
you
much for
everyone.
joining.
This has been our first episode of the Cantina. Thank you guys.
That is a wrap.
That's a wrap.
Goodbye.
I fancy a wrap now.